And so it is, dear Shombra, that we gather here together in this place of new energy, in this safe energy, in the energy of Shombra. It is a delight to listen to your music, to feel the depths of your experiences and your souls. It is such a delight for I, Tobias, to be able to come in this close to you on this day where we bring a message that is a bit different than usual. If you allow yourself, you will feel a whole different essence to what we bring forth. Indeed, we are channeling you. We are holding you in our arms. We are feeling what is emanating from your heart and from your soul. And we are breathing that in. We are breathing it in through all of the corridors of the omniverse, breathing it in through spirit, breathing it in through all of the angels, through all of the aspects of who you have been in the past, and then breathing it back out to you, gently across your human body. Gently, we are breathing out, so that you feel it on your face, on your hands, and in your heart, breathing out the essence of you back to you, so that you can feel and you can remember who you truly are, breathing it back out so that it ignites the divine flame within you for all of the rest of the world to behold. Today we are breathing in your vibrations, breathing in your energies, and especially your wisdom. Today we are breathing in a message that you have been putting together, not just for yourself because you already know what is contained within the words and the energy of this shout. We are breathing it in as a message for all of humanity to behold, person by person, entity by entity, and eventually for all of humanity to behold. It is a simple message. It is a very bold message. It is a message that will cause some to go into a place of fear or anger. But, dear friends, it is a message that many outside of this family of Shombra are waiting to hear, to release them from things that have been holding them back, to release them from darknesses that had been tormenting them, to release them from the darkness that they have been imprisoned within, and to release them from the burdens that they have been carrying. So, dear Shombra, all of us from our side of the veil, all of the angels who are gathered here and gathered with Shombra all over the world, take this moment to breathe you in. Allow us to come that close, to be that much a part of you, to share the sacred and precious now with each one of you. And, allow us to breathe this back out to you. Allow us to breathe it back out to each one of you who is gathered here, who is connected with this energy. Allow us to breathe it through you for all of the other humans who are ready to hear this message, for them to behold this moment. Together, Shombra, we have been building towards this time, especially in this series that we are in right now, the New Energy series. In these past months we have talked about the new energy and what it is, the fact that indeed it is new energy. It is not just a term. It is indeed new energy. When you left home the kingdom, there was a finite amount of energy that left with you. And, part of what you wanted to experience, part of what you wanted to create eventually was new energy. So, for eons of time you simply took the energies that already existed and learned how to sculpt them, learned how to play with them, learned how to transform them from one energy to another, from one vibration to another, until quite recently simply playing with existing energies. But, in this past year, Shombra, new energies have been created for the first time ever outside of home. What that means quite simply is that you have learned to be creators in your own right, creators of brand new energy. It is still new. It is still something that is taking a while to assimilate, to bring into your reality. But each moment, each new moment, you are learning more and more about this miracle of new energy. In this series, we talked about the imagination. We talked about opening not only your mind, but your heart, opening up and letting yourself soar, expanding beyond the limitations of the human linear dimension that you are in, going beyond, indeed staying in the moment and staying so very grounded, but going beyond. The imagination is a gift that you have always had, but over a course of many lifetimes here on earth, you have shut that down, focused on the 3D reality. But it is time to allow the imagination to soar again, to open up and acknowledge all of the thoughts and all of the feelings coming through. You've blocked so many of them in the past because they were painful, or because you didn't trust yourself, or because you were cutting part of yourself out of your experience. For those of you who don't feel that you ever feel, it is because you are not trusting. You are denying a very vital, a very important part of yourself. You are shutting down, flowing strictly from the mind, processing only through the brain. But, we have been working with you on opening, allowing everything to come through, the crazy thoughts, what you sometimes judge as the delusional thoughts. They are not delusions at all. They are potentials that may not be manifested here on Earth. They are scenarios that may be occurring on other dimensional levels. They are yours. Perhaps, they are not happening here on Earth, but it doesn't make them wrong. And, it doesn't make you crazy. So, we have been working to open the imagination, to allow all of this free flow to come in you and through you. And, we have told you that it is now safe to do that. You have created the new energy, the safe energy. There is no need to worry about the demons, and the bogeyman, and the devil, and all of these other dark entities coming in and consuming you, taking control of you, enslaving you, not at all. You sit in this now moment in a safe energy, in a sacred energy. And, it is safe to open up to everything, everything, everything that you are. We have talked about being in the now moment and allowing yourself to express once again, no more holding back, allowing yourself to be grounded in the now moment, but so fully open and expanded that you can express. Dear friends, this safe energy, this fully expanded energy, grounded in the now moment is where the miracles occur. But, the true miracle is the remembrance of why you are here, the remembrance of who you are. The true miracle is the open and free consciousness. Even Yeshua talked to you back when about this. The miracle isn't healing another's arm. The miracle indeed is not transforming water into wine, or multiplying the fish and loaves. That is children's play that comes as a natural result of having a fully opened consciousness and the remembrance, the full remembrance of who you are. In that space, that safe space, all of these other things happen quite easily. What you would call the physical or the 3D miracles no longer are miracles because you understand how they happen. You don't have to waste lifetimes of energies trying to be an energy miracle worker or a magician. It happens naturally when the miracle of the open and free consciousness occurs. But, it can't occur unless you are in that safe energy. It can't occur if there are still things that are being held back, things that you are frightened of, things that you have locked away in the closets of your soul. And, you already know this, Shombra. You already know this. Let us talk for a moment. Let us talk for a moment here about the energies of light and dark, the original energies of duality, the two basic and prime energies that have existed up until now. There is the light, which we call the pronounced like energy. And, there is the dark, which we call the pronounced like energy. They emanate from the same source. They are simply different expressions. The and the the original sounds, dear Shombra, the original vibrations coming across somewhat crudely in the human language. Take a moment here together to listen to the real music and vibration of what you experienced when you first left home, the light energy Take a moment to feel the energy. Listen. Listen to the opposite of the negative, the dark. And the original sounds, the original vibrations when you left home, the original parts of you, the and the so much a part of each other and so deeply in love, like two lovers sharing an experience together, committing to be together forever, committing to be in service to each other, committing to love each other unconditionally. So, as the and the energies within you began the experience outside of home, there was such tremendous love between them, such compassion and sharing that the energy, the dark energy, said to the I love you so much that I will take on all of your pain. I have so much compassion for you that I will take on everything that you don't love about yourself. I have so much joy in the journey that you are about to embark on that I will take on everything that you don't like about your journey. I love you that much. And, over the course of eons of time and many lifetimes on Earth, the and the energy have been playing together, have been supporting each other, have been loving each other. The energy has taken on all of the attributes of dark, all of the attributes of negative, all of the attributes of the pain in honor and compassion for the energy. The O energy has allowed itself to be separated in consciousness from the A energy because the A energy couldn't bear to look at it any longer. Because the darkness was being absorbed within the O energy, it became burdened. It became crippled. It became ugly. It became vile in the eyes of the A. Dear friends, what we are talking about here is the separation of light and dark, the reality of what light and dark energies are. They are nothing like humanity understands them to be right now. Humanity continues to battle light and dark. Humanity continues to try to annihilate the dark. Humanity continues to try to dump all of what it doesn't love about itself in the darkness, in the O energy. Humans, individual humans, do this to themselves. Everything they fear, everything they reject, everything they deny about themselves is dumped into the O energy. And, the O has taken on this role, taken on this whole role of the darkness. And, as you know, then the human thinks that they have to battle the dark. They have to annihilate the dark. They have to get rid of the dark. But, Shombra, as you already know, it cannot be done. It is all part of the same. We want all of you who are ready, all of you who come to this point of safe new energy to take a look at what the dark really is. Oh, it would be like a lover who gave everything for you, who took on all of your self-doubts out of love for you. It would be like a companion and a lover who took on everything you didn't like about yourself. It would be like a lover who would do anything in service to you, so that you could go forward, so that you could continue to experience and live. So, dear friends, take a moment to look at the O energy, the dark energy. It isn't what it appears to be at all. Humanity, individual humans continue to fight the light and dark within themselves. This provides a barrier, a wall, which prevents them from integrating everything of who they truly are. It prevents them from truly living in the new energy. By separating the light and the dark within themselves, it prevents them from experiencing the joys and the miracles that life offers. Dear friends, we ask you to take a moment with us. Look beyond the obvious of the darkness, of the O energy. Let us feel the compassion that this energy has had, the lover who would do anything for you. All energy seeks resolution. And, in this moment the darkness seeks to be released from the role that it has played within you. It seeks to be released as the dumping grounds, the demon, the bad and the evil, the unacknowledged, and the hated. It has carried this burden for so very long now. It wants to come back to you. It wants to love you in a whole new way. It wants to be in love with you in a whole new way. It is not at all what you have thought it was. All energy seeks resolution. And, what you have called the dark, the negative, the bad, is simply part of you. It has been hidden away. It has been hidden away for so very long. Oh, yes, indeed, the divine is the darkness. That will give you all something to ponder for a long, long time. We did not talk to Cauldre before this shout, for we knew he would never get up on stage. Some laughter. We had a bit of trouble getting even these words through him. But, in this safe energy that we are all sharing together, I want you to take a whole new look at what A and O truly are. Oh, the divinity that loved you so very much that it took on all of your burdens and pains, all of your darkness. It seeks resolution. It wants to come back right now. It wants to stop playing the game of A and O, and simply be the unified tone within you. O seeks to come back. Oh, and you have been calling out for it for so very long. But, you were denying what was there, weren't you? Calling out to your divinity, where, oh, where is it? Where is the golden angel? Where is the God within? Why has my divinity, why has my God forsaken me? Why am I alone here on earth? Why don't I hear the voice of spirit? Dear friends, it has been there all the time. It is the O. It is what you have labeled the darkness, the negative. It has been your spiritual landfill for everything you didn't like about yourself. It is time to let that go now. It is the shadow that has always been there, dear friends, always closer to you than anything else, the shadow that you have been afraid of for so many times, the shadow that you didn't want to look at because there were parts of yourself you wanted to deny, that you wanted to reject, that you didn't love. Oh, the O loved you so much that it took all of this on with the greatest compassion ever imagined. O took on every imbalance, every bit of suffering, every bit of self-loathing, and self-doubt. You've dumped it there, and the love of O, hidden by the veil of darkness, has held it so that you could continue experiencing. The shadow has always been there. As we told a group some 6 months ago, think about it in these terms. A shadow can only exist when light shines upon a unique spiritual identity you. When the light of home and the source of God shine upon your soul, your individual being, it casts a shadow. Those beings who have no soul have no shadow. It is only you who were given the gift of true spiritual identity and creatorship. It is only you that has a shadow. We ask you in this moment to acknowledge the shadow. It is you to acknowledge the darkness. It is you to acknowledge the O. It is one of the two sounds that comprise your energies O. Ah, the breath in, and the breath out. You have spent so long fighting the darkness, rejecting the darkness that you have thought it was the true enemy. You have spent so long battling the darkness within your own mind and within your own heart that you become weary and frightened and isolated. But, the O, the darkness, was simply holding the greatest imaginable compassion for you. Can you allow it fearlessly into your life? Can you understand, Shombra, that the darkness holds your divinity? Energy seeks resolution. It seeks to come back, the two lovers reuniting after a long separation. The answer to your prayers, the answer to all of the tears that you have shed wondering where spirit is, has always been right there, hidden behind the things you didn't like about yourself and the world around you. Shombra, can we celebrate together here? Can we accept what you call the darkness? Can you accept what we call the O energy into your reality? Can you embody the O energy? Can you let the A and the O come back together in love, sharing a whole new experience in a new and safe energy? Can you allow that in spite of all of the training, all of the programming, all of propaganda that there has been about the dark energy? Can you allow the unity of these two energies to come back together to create a divine and a human embodied together, here in the now moment at the same time? This, Shombra, is a bold step. And, there are many who are outside of this room who would not understand. There are many who would consider it a trick. There are many who would consider it to be some type of heresy. But, those are the ones who are still fighting themselves, still battling other nations, still hating aspects of themselves. Those are the ones who are still pontificating, but not embodying the new energy, not embodying the energy of God and love together with all that is in the now moment. There are those outside of this room who still prefer to have the old energy battle between the light and the dark, for it helps them to gain a new understanding of themselves. Oh, and sometimes they even get addicted to that game of light and dark. There are some outside of the energy of Shombra who continue to have a place to dump all of their baggage, all of their hate, all of their separation, all of the energy of the 7 seals that we talked about last year. They need a place to continue to dump. Shombra, we breathe in the energy of where you're at, the understanding and the wisdom that the O and the A come back together now in a new love and a new compassion. Shombra, let us send forth a bold new message to the consciousness of humanity today that the light and the dark are the same, not a mental exercise, but a reality that we allow to embody within ourselves. Let us send a message to the world energetically that the light and the dark seek to be back together. Let us send a message to the world that the dark isn't what it appears to be at all. It is where the divinity resides, the incredible love and compassion of the divinity that would love you so much that it would take on all of the darkness on your behalf. Together, Shombra, let us embody the O and the A. Let us release old mental thinking and images of what darkness was and what divinity was. Let us let it all flow together in this safe and sacred space. This is where the healing of the soul is, right here, right now, dark and light back together. And so it is.